The views and opinions on this show do not necessarily reflect the views of ESPN Tucson 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, or the Arizona Lotus Corporation.
Welcome to Spears and Ali on ESPN Tucson.
Justin Spears, I like that.
With Justin Spears and Ali Farhang on 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, ESPN Tucson. Brought to you by Tucson Federal Credit Union, the Volpe team at Nova Home Loans, and Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
I want to be entertaining, but I'm not stupid enough to compare myself to Ali.
One last time from the venue formerly known as Arizona Stadium this year. Arizona Wildcats taking on the Baylor Bears at Casino del Sol Stadium. 11 a.m. The weather is going to be beautiful, football weather. And like I said, senior day, last time you get to see the Arizona Wildcats play in Tucson, Arizona. And we've got the head ball coach joining us here, Brent Brennan. Good morning, Brent. How's it going?
I'm doing great, guys. How you guys doing?
Excited, man.
Man, it's just another beautiful day sitting next to Saddle Shoe Spears.
Oh, saddle shoes, man.
Saddle Shoe Spears.
Shirt on?
I don't have my Spice Girl shirt. And, Brent, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kicking myself when you told me, like, oh, Spice Girls, huh? I should have been like, hey, first of all, Spice Girls are my jam, okay? And like, I've been wearing the Spice Girls shirt all season long. You only noticed after you guys win 6 games. But
it's funny. It's funny. The first time I did.
But Brent, man, I'm excited for this weekend's game between you guys and the Baylor Bears. But I mean, the 3-game winning streak that you guys are on right now. I know those 2 tough losses, that was hard on your team. But you guys were right there in the mix to win those games, and then you guys have done such a remarkable job in that turnaround since then. What's been key to this winning streak that you guys are on right now?
Well, I think, first of all, like, we're just, as a program with the coaching staff, with our administration, we're just making progress, right? We're building a program. We're building a program that the University of Arizona, our fans, our alums, the city of Tucson can be proud of. And that's what we want to do. And this weekend, there's no better game to watch, right? We have a big-time football game. It's our last game of the season. It's senior day. We got a flash sale. Tickets are $10. I mean, come on, let's go.
$10 tickets.
Big time.
Let's
go.
Let's go indeed, man, and fill the stadium, and that home field matters. And, Brent, my question for you is, since the day you stepped on campus, you've had a singularity focus when it comes to building a program, not just for today, but for years. And as a human being, though, guys like Saddle Shoe Spears, and, they all got opinions and they're nonsense that they speak. How do you block it all out and continue to maintain that focus just as a guy, as a human being?
I'll be honest, Ollie, I think that's just the nature of this profession right now. And it doesn't matter if you're, an NFL head coach or a college head coach or even a high school head coach, right? There's just going to be all kinds of people with opinions and noise, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But, you still have a job to do. And my job is to put the best product on the field I possibly can. It's to hire great coaches who are also great teachers and mentors for the young men that we are charged with. So, to me, there's a big picture of more of a holistic approach to building the successful, sustainable program at Arizona that we want to build, that everybody can be proud of. And we can't let anybody get in our way. We can't let naysayers or haters get in our way. We got to find a way to move forward. And that's what we've been doing.
Brent, did you, there's things that if you're behind the scenes that you see, and you can't really describe it, but it's there. And one of those is a word that's used probably too much, which is culture. But when I kind of look behind the curtains of your program, there's something special about the way the guys interact with each other, the way the coaches interact with each other and the players. That takes time to build. What are some important things that you put into building that kind of camaraderie and culture within our football program?
Well, I think, for starters, everybody, coaches, the leadership, everybody needs to be authentically themselves, right? I think, I've been doing this a long time. College football players, they smell BS faster than any demographic in the history of all time. So if you're not authentically who you are, they ain't going to buy it, and it's not going to work. But I think all players, all college football players need love, they need structure, and they need discipline. And then, with the coaching staff, those people also have to be in alignment with how we want to build the program here. And so all the people that we've brought in here, I feel great about. We have awesome alignment on the staff. Everybody is pulling the rope the same way. And I think that trickles down to the players. And then, how do we treat each other? Do guys like coming to work every day? Like, that's so important for me. I want every coach, every player, every support staff member, every person that walks into this building to feel good about coming to work every day. Because I think if we do that, we'll get their best stuff, right? We'll get their best effort. We'll get their best energy. We'll get their best focus. We'll get their best intention. And so that's kind of top down where it all starts and comes from.
I think this senior day is going to be very special, and the reason my reason for promoting Arizona football and why people should go out to this game, one, it's going to be great weather, it's going to be a great matchup. The team right now is winning,
and you're really a fan, but you
and
just don't admit
no.
it. You just don't admit it.
I got to be objective.
Yeah, whatever.
I got to be objective. But I also think that there are two guys that are really worth celebrating, and Traydon Stukes and Dalton Johnson. And I think about it, Brett, the first time I had ever heard of Traydon Stukes' name, it was when he got in the game during that 70-7 Territorial Cup game, which feels like a decade ago, right? And to think about everything that he has gone through since that 2020 season, I mean, he was a walk-on, went through a global pandemic, went through NIL, transfer portal, now rev share. Like, Traydon Stukes can kind of be like his dad and write a book about his college career. I think those two guys in particular are the reasons why Arizona fans should get out to the game on Saturday.
No, I absolutely agree with you. Both those guys are really, really special young men. Just to separate the two, even though it's hard to because they kind of play the same position and they're both in the secondary. But, Stukes is such a special guy. I think that's one of those things where just the consistency of his leadership, even when he was injured, right? Even a year ago, he was on the shelf because he had torn his ACL. And he is on the sideline coaching up the other DBs, actively engaging with our coaching staff, like trying to help lead and trying to help. And I think he's such a special guy. Obviously, he's a great student. He's graduated. He's got his life together. He's going to be a great player in the NFL. He's a really special guy. And I agree. I think people should absolutely celebrate him. And then the other one, obviously, you mentioned is Dalton. And I think, Dalton is one of the absolute best football players on our team, incredibly active, had a big week last week. But he's been playing great all year. And the thing that I keep trying to remind the team is that all of the players that are on this team either chose to stay or they chose to come here under the current regime, right? So they chose to believe in what we were talking about as a coaching staff. They chose to believe in the University of Arizona. They chose to believe in Tucson. And so when I look at that, I'm like, they either chose to stay or they chose to come. And I think that's one of the reasons that this team is so connected and so committed.
Brent, 11 a.m. at the Soul, Arizona versus Baylor. Give us a scouting report on Baylor. What should we, as fans or guys that maybe actually know a little bit about football, so this is really just between me and you, what should we be looking for?
This is an extremely explosive football team. This team had 600 yards of offense against Utah, one of the best defenses year in and year out in our conference last weekend. Just quarterback's an exceptional player. The receivers are explosive, really explosive. The tight end is a first-round draft pick. So and then on defense, they have one of the best, their head coach, one of the best defensive coordinators in the country, right, Dave Aranda. So it's a staff that we know a lot about. They are extremely well coached. They play extremely hard, and we know that it's just any given Saturday in the Big 12, man. It is just an absolute fist fight, and it doesn't change no matter where you go or who you're playing. It's just the conference is brutal and deep and highly, highly competitive.
And the Big 12 availability report came out yesterday, and we saw that Tristan Bounds is going to be out for this game. Just talk about how much of a significant loss that is. And then also, Matthew Lotto stepping in as a redshirt freshman. He looks like a much better player this year than he was last year. And I'll never forget when you said that Matthew Lotto is a large man, but he's also a very young man. And I feel like the reps that he has taken and, getting into the weight room for a year, I feel like it has prepared him for this moment coming up here on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of those things where you get late in the season and guys start getting beat up or guys start going down. And I think every team is without good players right now. It's just the way it is. This is week 11. You know what I mean? And we love Tristan Bounds. He's one of those great young men that chose to come here from the University of Michigan. and has just played outstanding football for us all season. And so we're definitely disappointed for him, but also excited for the opportunity for Matt Lotto. And I think that's one of the things where you hope that you can, we keep talking about building this program here at Arizona. We want to build this with developmental players, right? So we want to do a great job of recruiting and evaluating high school players and developing those players, and then kind of spot fill with the portal. Like that would be the ideal way, in my opinion, to build a consistent, sustainable winner here. And I think we're on the track for that. And Lotto is one of those young men that is in the process of development. So I'm excited to see him play this weekend.
Well, and that was a good question by Spears. I mean, the difference this year from last year, there's a lot of differences, but it seems like the team, the program's got the depth that if a guy like Bounds goes down, okay, we got Lotto. We had him here last year. We developed him. Now he's ready for his moment. The job you guys did in the offseason, whether through the transfer portal or recruiting, has been tremendous. And do you feel like the foundation of this program has now been laid and we can build from here?
Yeah, I feel great about that. I think we have a great general manager in Geiska Crowley. And I think, Fletcher Kelly, who's in charge, the head of our recruiting, they did a great job of identifying and evaluating players, and as did our coaching staff. And then this was a all-hands-on-deck effort in the offseason. I think I remember talking to you, Justin. I think we brought in 41 players.
Yeah.
Or 38 players in 14 days in December. Like it was like speed dating on steroids, man. It was crazy, all these players coming through here. But I think we did a good job of identifying the guys that could really contribute, not only to us on the football field, but also to our culture, which is a huge part of it. You know what I mean? Because if we bring a jerk in here from the portal and he nukes our locker room, like that doesn't help us. It doesn't matter how good he is. If he's a jerk, he's not going to fit with us. Like we want a team that is going to be great dudes off the field and kicks ass on the field.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're looking for that as we recruit.
I'm fired up. Speaking about kicking ass off the field as well, we've always threatened to have that beer together. So when we do that, maybe in 2028, Brent, what is your go-to beer?
Oh, that's a great question. So it's a little bit regional for me. Now being a proud Tucson man, I'm going to go with Barrio Blonde, buddy.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Hell yeah.
I'm with you.
This man
I'm
knows
a big
his audience.
fan.
It's light. It's crisp. Just feels good going down the gullet. I'm with you all the way, Brent.
Those guys know what they're doing over there, man.
They certainly do. They certainly do.
But outside of the the guys like Dalton and Trayden, how is it going to be for you to celebrate those guys who chose to come here just for a year? Javen Watley, Chris Hudson, Ty Buchanan, Tristan Bounds, like the list goes on of guys who invested themselves into your program. How cool is it to see to celebrate those guys and what they've done?
Well, I think it's going to be special. I think it's going to be a little bit emotional. You know what I mean? But I think as I look at it, we're not saying goodbye to those guys because we've got another game next week, and then we've got a great bowl game to go to somewhere. So in my mind, like I'm so grateful that these guys chose to come or chose to stay, and I love what we're building. I love what we've done so far together as a team. But we still got work to do.
Yes, sir.
And they all know that. And so we're going to celebrate the hell out of these seniors, and then we're going to get to playing football, man. And this is a really, really critical game for us, and these guys are really darn good. And so we got a battle, man. So I'm looking forward to it. We've got a good week of practice, and, we're excited to get going.
Football nerd question. So senior day was like the second day I didn't like as much. Picture day is the worst day for a football coach. But after that, the thing about senior day is, like you said, Brent, it's emotional. And sometimes that can translate to the game itself. As a coach, how do you prepare for that to make sure that, hey, look, we want to celebrate you. We know it's going to be emotional, but we got to get ready and we got to play this game.
I think it's case by case. I do think with the college guys, especially these guys, a lot of these guys have been in college for 4 or 5 years, Stoops, even 6. But, so like it is a mature group. And so, we are obviously talking about that as we get closer and closer to it, and, making sure that our coaching staff is having one-on-one conversations with guys about just how that moment might impact them and our ability to really get focused on the job at hand, which is playing great football and finding a way to beat Baylor.
Well, if you want a tip, I don't know if it works, but after the guys get announced, their families, they go out in the field, everybody hugs, and it's all emotional. I just had a bunch of Skittles, and I just gave candy to everybody. It's like, okay, here's some sugar. Let's go.
Like Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's awesome. All right, Arizona head football coach Brent Brennan joining Spears and Ali right here on ESPN Tucson. Man, going to be a fun one between the Wildcats and the Bears. 11 a.m. Senior Day at Casino del Sol Stadium. Get out, get your tickets now. Like Brent Brennan said, flash sale right now, $10 tickets. Get your tickets while you can. Brent, thank you for your time, and best of luck to you and the Wildcats this weekend.
Thank you, guys. It's great coming on with you. City of Tucson, we need you this weekend. Pack the house. Let's sell this thing out. Let's make it hard on Baylor to snap the ball.
Let's do it.
Get after it. Show up early. Party all day. Let's get it rocking here. Come on. Casino del Sol is waiting for you.
Like Brent said in one of his press conferences, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning, buddy.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Thanks a lot, Brent.
That's right. Hey, guys.